My name is Joel John Jobins of the AI/ML department, and I'm here to present my mini project along with my team members Anuvashni MB and Shahin Shahjahan of the AI/ML department. Our project is Pocket Growth, which is a personal finance plus investments web app. It helps users manage allowances and savings and invest in stocks and financial tools automatically, and it focuses on discipline based savings. It, our objectives are to encourage consistent saving habits, automate savings from income, prevent impulsive spending, and provide simple financial visibility. Our system architecture consists of a front end with Node.js and React, a back end with MongoDB, a database of MongoDB, and deployment with Vercel. Our core features are adding allowances, auto-locking savings percentage, unlocking savings, monthly savings visualizations, custom saving settings, investment platforms, sending and receiving money, and viewing previous transactions. The dashboard page, the main page, is the central control page. It fetches user data from MongoDB, it displays available and logged balance, and manages dashboard and settings tabs. The add allowance module, it accepts allowance input. It automatically calculates the savings using a particular formula that we have defined and the savings percentage that can be manually changed by the user. And it saves the transaction in the database and it updates logged savings instantly. The log savings cannot be accessed by the users until a specific reason to be stated is provided, which becomes part of the unlock savings module. Where we unlock savings with validation, it requires a reason for unlocking and prevents over unlocking. So, where we strictly enhance and strictly enable savings mechanisms so that the user does not uh, go against the whole saving policy, and it logs transactions securely. Account settings modules, it adjusts savings percentage, it uses slider based UI, it stores user preference in database, and real time updates. Database design, where we have multiple tables for users, transactions, savings, user settings, etc. And security and authentication handled by MongoDB and role level security. Graphs and visualization, where we can visualize savings growth and monthly savings graph components, and it improves user awareness and possibly even motivation, where users have seen how much they've grown in financial health over the entire savings period. Hardware requirements are any device with browsers and internet connection, and software requirements are Node.js, web browser, MongoDB account, and GitHub. Tools and technology used: Node.js, React, MongoDB, Tailwind, CSS, and Vercel. So now let me move on to the code explanation. So first, here we have allowance.js, a page, a JavaScript page where we calculate the allowances that will be calculated. So here we have const user ID amount equal to required body, and we get the amount that the user uh, gains as allowance. And so if it's null, uh, we provide an output invalid request data, and once we get the amount, once the amount is taken as input, we calculate a savings percentage where take we take a remaining, we set aside 20%. 20% is default, so 20% of the allowance amount is stored as savings percent, and this amount 20% can be changed in the user settings tab, and the savings amount is calculated, and it's spent, it is subtracted from the spendable and updated to logged balance. And so logged balance, and so this is the investments field where we calculate where from available balance, and we where the user can define an amount they want to invest in a particular stock or anything that we have a list provided in the website. And if it is less than enough from the available balance, so then we print a message for insufficient balance to invest. And if not, we subtract it from the available balance, and over time we do get it back from these, so this is investment plus returns and some. So we calculate, we do add returns that we get from the user investing in the stocks or the financial tool, and it is added to the overall sum, which is added to the logged savings account, so which helps, really helps increase and gain more money and more financial wealth uh, over a period of time with the help of the savings. And we have unlock.js, where a particular reason to uh, so if the reason is general use, then it is not, it is given as unlocked. So we plan to build an AI to recognize whether the reason is valid or not, and the user will also be forced to submit proof for this, so that we can strictly enforce saving habits and the user does not budge out of this habit easily. And we have server.js, where we do use APIs, API auth to configure all the servers and the backends. And we have transactions.js, where we can view transaction history, missing fields, insufficient balances, and the users can send amounts to other accounts as well, and this amount is subtracted from sender or available balance minus equal to send amount. And we create a new class for new transaction, where type, original amount, amounts, these fields are saved, and it is saved under transaction history. And recipient will process the incoming funds. Messages are ample messages are sent, and error messages are also sent in case of failures of transactions. Uh, and the auth.js is for authentication, where bcrypt hash and perfect encryption and row level security is enabled in the MongoDB database, so that hackers and unauthorized users cannot access this user data and important financial information. And now let's move on to the code implementation. So this is our we sign in, and we have this whole dashboard. So now I can uh, enter an amount 2000, and I can choose. So I can choose how much I can choose this. And if I add another 2000 along with a 500 deposit, and so I add it, and it's added to another one. And if I add another 300 and I had deposited logged only, it's added to my log savings. So and I can unlock these savings as well. So if I take 500 from my current log savings, giving a reason for hospital bills, so it does unlock my this. And so I can send money, where I can send it to another email ID. Suppose, so it calculates users using the same app and sends the amount. So I have sent it to my teammate anniversary, and they will receive the processing incomes. And so if I have received any money from any of the users, we can view that here as well. And transaction history, so I have sent money, we can view all the allowances I've added, logged savings added, and unlocked savings, and the money I've sent. And in my investments profile, I can add. So if I've invested in stocks, I've invested around 200. Yes, so that updates my logged savings. It is taken from my logged savings, and I can view that my if I've added another 50 over a period of time, that also updates. I can view a current estimate of my graph and the returns I will soon make over time, and how much I've invested. And I can save my default settings account to update, and I can view change my password to the correct, and I can log out. I can delete my account and I can log out. And so this is my code implementation, where we have had a live demonstration of adding allowances, locking savings, unlocking funds, and changing savings percentage. Future enhancements, budget categories, notifications, mobile app version, AI based insights. And conclusion, Pocket Growth promotes smart saving. Our project is a project to strictly enforce savings. A lot of savings apps over these days do not strictly enforce